Okay, here with this author, we have, again, the distinction between belief and agree or disagree, right? So you really have to keep that in mind, right? It's not really how you feel about the text, right? It's what you think about the text, right? So try to get into that zone of agree or disagree, right? And again, right, you can agree or disagree when you have read the text in a critical way, when you have selected material, when you have a precise, sort of defined argument or interpreted argument from the author to work with. You really can't do critical thinking if you have not done critical reading and critical selection. Uh, if you haven't done that, then you get into more, book reporting type things, and then it becomes more about belief than it does about argument. So here, I posed the question to the author. Double consciousness is a pretty far out idea, right? So maybe that's hard for us to think about in the 21st century, right? Du Bois is like Freud and Marx, comes from this liberal perspective, and maybe we all accept and agree with the liberal perspective. Okay, uh, I I hope not. I hope that we always challenge any idea, right? But you can agree with something, you can agree with it to the point of belief, but that you still have to do your due diligence as a critical thinker. And so this is a little harder sometimes when it's something that's an idea that's maybe written into our DNA as Americans. Um, but double consciousness is a pretty far out idea. It's basically saying historical events can shatter and divide a human soul, a human consciousness, and the human condition. It's a kind of schizophrenic condition that is passed down through generations. Is that possible? Is it possible to, divide ourselves? Can events in our world, shatter our psychosomatic sort of condition to the point that we're not whole anymore? And then can this be passed uh, from generation to generation in some biological or neurological way? Again, how is that possible? I mean, that needs to be just looked at and discussed. I mean, maybe it's possible, but uh, we need to really talk about it, right, and see, or you need to understand yourself where you stand on that. Okay, so I'm playing devil's advocate here, right? Um, I agree with Du Bois on this idea, but still, he does press the bounds of sort of credulity with the theory, and you have to sort of problematize.